say like a agro. Munya opportunity na mukotina we TV ne social media na say fame na frufru mu nti mukotana mo ka dem pe. Aya mo dwen say Shatta Wale no ono ya akola on.
Yeah, viewers, Charlie, finally, Sisia no, Shatta Wale wa be reply, Fameye ne, Camidoh atese, enya sem ketu akra. Na, Fameye eko, Joy Prime, Charlie, oko hono, ken se mebre wo ho, asema Fameye eko kan wo, Joy Prime no, eni.
Bani papa kwa, me hear the verse. Me hear the verse. But emi say we jam me kakra. Shatta Wale, na I'm a very good friend. I'm in kasa. We used to talk a lot. You know, we share voice notes, we talk, we plan to have, records together. And then, I don't know, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but maybe, maybe I'm a baby or baby na you know.
What do you think? Do you feel say what can be?
I don't know, because to the best of my knowledge, I'm a very genuine person and a pure person. I think I do things intentionally. It is because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do rightfully, and it's very intentional. Because if I'm doing something bad, for a long term, I'm not going to. I know myself.
But what makes you feel say with Joe?
No, because he's not responding. He's not, Before we were active,
and you don't know Shatta Wale very well.
No, for the level I own him, that's fine. But for the level I know him, just allow me to say what I feel.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm trying to tell you, say, Unyao.
Oh.
Unyao.
So, mommy will not say what that.
Eh?
What's it?
Miss Unyao.
Mate. Ebeno krami move you.
Me move. Unyao, I can tell you for sure, say Unyao.
Right now, you are making an assumption.
No.
No, you are assuming that Unyao. It is all about now, what would you say then?
Oh, then I will be surprised. The reason America said, the only reason you are saying that is because he's not responding to you.
Inti asem way na Fameye kwaye den kan wo Joy Prime atese asem way sparky conversations bebre amanfo hwe anim se Shatta Wale be den ebe reply Fameye finally why den why reply no naturally years ago Camidoh disrespect Shatta Wale ewo Kojishodin Studios na easy wo honum kra.
What would make someone like an investor say no, this is not something a viable investment? Investment.
Yeah. Me in particular, I'm not a fan of, like, for example, Shatta Wale. When he's doing like his videos and all of that, I'm not a fan of how he portrays himself and all of those things, because I feel like it's just like a banker. You understand? You can't just wear some t-shirts, do something. You can't just do anyhow. But when he does anyhow and speaks anyhow and all of those things, it makes the crap look like it's just you understand? We're just joking and all of those things, and I'm like.
Inti chale asema Camidoh kan wo Kojishodin Studio no ene say niama Shatta Wale ye den no ono no like ne ninje niama o ye den all ye no ho cause ema amanfo felisa o ye den omu di agro wo industry nim inti eno ne asema Camidoh ye den ka kire Shatta Wale inti no Camidoh kan asem we nyina kire Shatta Wale no ye back and forth on Shatta fans ama ebedane ebufo kese. But according to Camidoh and saying no osoma solve this issue na just say oko asempa grantee interview we den ewo honum.
Yeah. So it creates a certain perception.
Yeah.
But has it affected you in any way?
I mean, like you're saying, people would always build perception from like hearing you speak. They'll always build perception from seeing your actions. So, and sometimes they may be wrong, but you can't always correct everybody. So sometimes you let people think what they think. Like, for example, I'll say to you, like, when I first experienced Shatta Wale, Shatta Wale, like, one time I sat on a show and I was telling them that, they were all here in Yaman Emma industry and calling him, because I have the mindset that doing it calm and, not showing your real self and all of that, and on Emma investors, Emma. We are saying it. I always thought
that was
at that stage of my life. Good. At that stage of my life, I thought that like going by the books, basically, was the way to go. But really and truly, there's also an aspect of being yourself. So when I sat down, I thought about it. I mean, it wasn't about the hits that I was catching at that point of like Shatta movement coming at me and all of that. It wasn't about that. But I had to really sort through like the reality this is your big brother. Like, how do you go there and say this about your big brother? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is who he is, and this is what he's doing, and he's surviving, and he's living his life. Inti onyansa say dia oyano ebia. It's because it's a pattern that works for him. You know, so sitting down on air and saying such a thing also builds that same perception for like other people who are listening. So it's like, Akola will say Majuma, you know, because it's gonna take a while for him.
On the brand
Good. That, you know, so it took time for me to understand, and when I did understand, my friend, me braping George, and I called my friend Melissa. I was like, hey, this is what happened. What do you think? And it's like, I want to call him. I want to go to him and apologize to him. I want to tell him I'm sorry, but like, you know, I just understood this whole game now. So she was like, yeah, call him. Or do you have his number? I'm like, no. You know, so I want to go to his house. Like, yeah, you don't want to go to his, maybe call him first, you know. So George Freno, and we spoke over the phone, and it was nice, right?
How was the reaction after Obia wa attack ne brand?
Yeah.
And ne fans,
Yes.
you know, would definitely come at you.
Yes.
Then what mistake or
Yes.
what's your BB and say
Yes.
that is the style that works for him.
Yes.
Oh, friend, no. And now George Friend, what is it?
Yeah.
What was the initial reaction?
George Friend, they was already speaking. I think George had already given him the breakdown. Basically, this is how he's feeling, and he wants to talk to you. So when I got on the phone, I was like, "Bra Penny, my phone, like, you know, I've done you wrong. I'm sorry. You know, that was how I saw it, and so that's what I had to say. I didn't even think it was going to escalate this way, but I'm sorry. I don't think that it's right for me to actually sit somewhere and say this about you. If it's in you know, privacy of my bedroom or whatever it is, that's just gossiping. That's cool, but like on TV, everyone gets to see it, you know. So I think I'm wrong for that, and I'm sorry." And he said, "Look, my boy, listen, it's the industry, you know. Everyone does what they think they know how, like." This is how you also think you can do it, so you're doing it that way. But it's good you've realized that what can be like the elderly. You've spoken ill of an elderly person in public, and at your culture, no, it does not allow for that. You know, it doesn't. They did not raise me like that, so I had to quickly, you know, straighten myself. And I think as a big brother, he also understood, and he said that he forgave, like he had forgiven me. And I think some months after, me took wine called Germany. Was it Germany? I was somewhere in Europe, and I'll be wedding, and I was attending. So I was, I guess, at the wedding, and I was in the car, so waiting to be like drawn in as a surprise. And boy, the friend me say, "Oh, Shatta Wale crowd phone." I say, "Oh, Camidoh." I say, "Oh yeah, Fameye Camidoh." I mean, funny, cause I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. I say the good sport there, you know. So from there, I also enjoyed it, because then as a big brother, you don't hold grudges against your little brothers, you know. Why BB Wakacha says sorry, and then you let it go, and you know, you actually give him the environment to be able to speak to you. So yes, we spoke, and it was beautiful. And from that time, I learned that, look, keep your values with you. The way I'm raised you, know, keep it with you. You know, if I was raised to be a rude person, like towards the elderly, I don't think I would have called to say I want to say sorry.
Yeah, into the viewers, Charlie, Bonia, Camidoh, and Fameye, no, any Charlie, and I'm there, them, the bremo, naturally, fun be a becan, and same be a form, what I say, nay, is not, a summer fan, a kind as I told you, say, a summer fan, a cano, or support a summer or yedden, or kind, young quitty a summer fan, a kind, near Braback.
More artists now, Munya hate 2018 bano, at the Bepim 2020, Hono. Someone say mujedu. I feel that someone kasa. I am more going say to keep the energy, no, and the hate, no, for decades, no. More going say at that form, like more going say a grow, more going say like a grow, like a joke. Mungo busa sa akode, no mungo busa ye can say. Shatta Wale no mungo busa ye can say. Let me say Stoneboy, yes. Wo de mungo busa mo. Amusa or Chame Kwamon Monada, they more being say like a agro. Munya opportunity na mukotina we TV ne social media ne say fem na frufu muninti mukotana mo kade mo pe. Aya mo being say Shatta Wale no ono ya akola on. Munya hater na mo esan say mo ba limelight mu na ye chimo tena won ye say na kira mo a na mukotena TV ne so na mo kade mo pe. na afi jani dum wi a na mbetena afi mbetena TV so na mo kana oh ana me wa asem on Shatta Wale onya akola o Shatta no be kidi I dey tell you Shatta no be kidi. Which artists for Ghana here go there some place almost 10 years then come back then can't have it. Shatta Wale has been there for over decades. Na mo benya some 1 or 2 hits bepe na efro from mo kotina TV so na mo ka dem pe. Afi na mo say Shatta Wale no ye afi no de oka nia na ewu mi ye ka se mba fa na won sisi ano ono okura dom ni ntinu afi mo kotina mo je dum na mo kotina TV so wi a afi na mo pese mo pe we public sympathy na Shatta Wale hu mo no de chemo see Shatta Wale onya kola wo onya class 2 de bia mo free ba no we fu aba those days Shatta Wale bo banana from Ghana na ye no bi kura na ye nim de friend nom now like recently Camidoh so koye interview Camidoh ka na be ha Shatta Wale because no man trim say TV na interview betimi akọ bad man make I tell you mumu ade ebu na mumu ade Fameye so kotra I don't know what is the name George Kwe ni interview Fameye kotra no so onimo ochira no fahwedo ka asem nipo onimo Ono papa o grandfather o music mo idea rough no few o ko pempeni fo bi me pa ne twa ofie o like o tron onya o dey esa mo betimi dey sa akode mo betimi dey sa no obede mo betimi dey sa obede stone boy betimi dey sa no esa se Shatta Wale na maka chira mo so no opekasa amaka chira Shatta Wale no didi atemunti amaka tuma sumunti ti mo ba na mo beti ya na mo besa mo je dem presence fame na from fame na mo nya no 2019 2020 no menga kira mo ono nya no way back 2002 ni 2001 ni ade sata nkra na ye ni mo bikra ye nim obo banana from Ghana na ye nim bikra ye nim ye fe na nyom o Fameye obo banana from Ghana na wo nim ye fe na nyom na wo kasa kra to bi da enne munya fame na mo ka dem pa fina ko jina interview so be ka say ano chiro na you want him in the studio do you think it is easy to get him in the studio because we free because Shatta Wale no we free see mu ade you put no the respect because akode mu TV because akode no ye no din no ye no branding nti no mo de mu bu ni say because Shatta Wale no kasa uni Shatta Wale ni power kita when I know the power Shatta Wale the hold the way you put people can't get small see mu sure medical one for le medical mu sure medical de oye tama Chris Wado medical osa medical only medical contract ni be wie no medical no ko bo Shatta Wale no bo Shatta Wale won se DJ dum da DJ sun dum da me na make an culture ni ja endum da mu sure medical am Fameye mo ne Camidoh mo ne nkola nketenkete mu be nya some small eight bi pe na mo be say mo di mu penifu ni bi ya fom afi na mo be try interviews akasa mo ji say mo interviews na mo try mo kasa na be kana koma no aga say oh no be anything bad man I ne ya o person kire mo so wanyin se mo fam penifu nko di fi ko pa no cho na mo nja de mo to
yeah chale inti aye asema aye fan ne be kan na eja Shatta Wale reposti aye video no ana eja osan so call comment section na se no koye den okọ comment ye na se ekaye comment ni ye nsembo nti aye se aye Shatta Wale o support asema aye fan na waye den waka no che se enye izekura na asem we de mi jama mu nti mo hwa ade a aye Fameye ne Camidoh o maye no eye some makotran aye platform so na say mo be disrespect eye A-list artist bisa no mo hwa eye na actually we di mbi jama mo comment mo adwen wo eye comment section na say like video na share man for na subscribe channel no Real Planet ECTV suni and I'm out pow.